I am here today for an 80% of the Adventures of Mad Dog Williams in the Dungeons of Duridian. With me, oh no, David knows. With me here on the couch is David, local Mad Dog expert. Hopefully you can hear him over the PC speaker. Hopefully you can hear him over the PC speaker wizard. He's just our copy protection boy. Thankfully, the developers have actually released this game for free nowadays, and they actually circumvented that. So time is going to start once we restart the game here. Might as well just get right into it. Mad Dog Williams. Okay, Mad Dog Williams. This is a text parsing adventure game. Don't worry, you'll hear that
my
again.
Favorite.
We got a sword, so that the game congratulated us on the sword. It doesn't do that every time. For example, it doesn't congratulate us for getting bread. Even though in many applications, I think bread is better than sword. A little bit about Mad Dog Williams here. He is a inventor and seller in antiquities. You can see his lovely little shop here. Despite all this cool stuff lying around, we only need his new invention, a automated beer server, and a bit of money. We skipped the intro, which is actually a shame. It's a really fantastic intro. It just takes too long for our purposes. It actually goes really hardcore on the lore of the setting, which Mad Dog, for some reason, is just not involved in. But that's okay. He's going to trip over a whole cultist situation. If anyone's ever played a text parsing adventure game before, you know sometimes the puzzles are a little bit bizarre. This one was going behind that big rock face and yelling no to trick them into thinking that we were their god. And we didn't want them to sacrifice Princess Leo or Loria. Here she is giving us the lore dump. I used to know what this was, and I kind of forgot it. Basically, there is an evil wizard. You know the type. He has kidnapped King Dad, and Leora would love it if us, resourceful Mad Dog, would save him and restore peace and prosperity to the kingdom of Sidra by the sea. I think we're in a village of Sidra. Basically we need to I'm sorry Pete's Pub. Let me you do your audio first and then I'll do mine. We need some money, so we're gonna get paid for our beer server. I'm skipping a little fun cutscene here because it does take a little bit of time, so instead we're just gonna clone ourselves after soft locking the game and escaping accordingly. That is an example of a good soft lock. There's a pretty okay chance we're gonna get one of the not good soft locks. This game is harrowing in a marathon setting, but I think I've solved most of the barriers here. So we're doing some classic adventure game things here, trading items for other items to get money for other items. We've picked up everything we need in the village. The last item was a axe. We also got a mysterious potion from that elf. We traded our awesome bread loaf for it, unfortunately. So now we have everything to set out on our adventure. Oh god. Why didn't that work? Cut the oak, Mad Dog. So he nearly died there. We almost fell into some quicksand. This being an old school adventure game, it would have been absolutely merciless if I had not saved, which I actually haven't yet. Let's go ahead and resolve that. There we go.
Did your axe head fly off after using it?
Well, it did, because the game doesn't want us to have a cool axe anymore. It's I think there's a text box too. Basically, Mad Dog is complaining that he bought an incredibly garbage axe, but it got the job done. Not that Mad Dog's the most savvy guy in the world. He just picked up some mushrooms at my behest. I did not tell him to eat them, but he did anyway, and now he's having a bit of a moment and consequences of consuming the mushrooms. that was actually a bit of a gameplay tip. So he kept 2 of those mushrooms, and then he learned, okay, these mushrooms are a bad time if you eat them. So now he knows that for a future puzzle. We're skipping a little bit.
He had to eat one to figure that out.
There's simply no other way of knowing. That's Mad Dog for you, though. I mean, he lives in the moment. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, I think Flannel Cat described it as, it looks like he just got out of bed, and I think that's a pretty accurate statement on his wardrobe. I meant to show you guys the cover art for this game. I might still, if I get some bit of downtime. The cover art for this game is suitably metal, and most of the things described on the cover art actually come to pass in the game. The one exception is that he's wearing a blue tank top in the cover art, whereas of course they traded it out for the much more classic pink. Oh, did I get that parser in time? I did not. A little bit of speed tech here. Sometimes we set up our parsers ahead of time when we get a cutscene. Gonna do that again. Go under bridge. So that was the purpose of the mushrooms. We wanted to knock out that Sarlacc-looking thing. We had to deal with that twice, but now he is good and sorted. If you're trying to figure out what the heck is happening, me too. I don't really know how Mad Dog got the impression this is the right way to go, but spoilers, it is the correct way to go. Can't walk over this bridge, it'll kill you. Can't go in that door on the right, it'll kill you. Do you get warnings for either of those things? Of course you do not. Fortunately, as we have learned, BBG runners do have quantum brain, and we can figure out ahead of time to avoid such hazards. Of course, I do say that during the one RNG puzzle here. So there's 2 paths here. One of them will kill you no matter what, and the other will be the solution. And there's a way to check. We're going to YOLO it. Oh no. So we picked the bad one, which does involve death by Cobra. Which is actually pretty rare. I'm kind of
snake.
Yeah, I kind of love that happened. So 90% of the time, the Cobra is going to be the correct pick. Normally, when you go through this door that we're about to go through, you get killed by a spider. But instead, we got glorious marathon RNG, which I'm actually pretty okay with. Fun fact, a classic Mad Dog speedrun, if you're good at the game, takes anywhere from like 13 to 15 minutes. We have padded out that estimate because generally if a Mad Dog run does not go well, then the run is over. So we are doing a little bit of safety strat in terms of our maneuvering and things like that. It's actually a surprisingly technical speed run. You've noticed our jumping here, which we do for speed. We also do it for clips, as you will see here. We're going to get out of this maze without actually doing it. The problem with the jumping is the game will eventually crash. It doesn't like it when you jump too much. One more Cyclops skip here. That little maneuver saves like a solid minute, actually. But if you jump too often, the game will crash. We can mitigate that by pressing escape. But escape also clears your text parser of whatever you put in. So you do get into the situation where you're trying to do 3 things at once of, you know, pre-inputting your types, you know, like get box, give wizard his staff. I believe this is the wizard from the intro. He has wizard depression, and we can cure that by giving him a cool stick. Just pro tip, anytime you see a wizard down on his luck, he's gonna reward us with a genie lamp. I do want that, thank you.
Who wouldn't want a genie lamp?
Yeah, man, the soundtrack in this game is so good.
On the type of genie.
True, yeah. As we know from David's run, sometimes genies are bad. I'm not sure if this saves time or not. We are gonna die here. And oh no, I did this wrong. Again, importance of pre-input. Let's get our text parser command in there. Get jug. Oh wait, here we go. So normally you're supposed to kind of get real close to this floating jug here. I'd rather just get in the water and grab it. We are going to clone ourselves again. This does mean bad things for Mad Dog. They're going over the waterfall. I am going to leave before he does that, because you can actually trigger the death sequence there. And while the game is actually still completable in that state, loading and saving are disabled, and we simply cannot abide not having save scums for the rest of this run, because we are starting to get into harrowing territory. So far, this has just been me lemming a guy who has played this game before and just knows the solutions. We're now getting into, I guess we can call it the platforming section of the game, where we are now tasked with making very precise maneuvers with a control scheme that is anything but precise.
That sounds typical for a point and click like arcade sequence.
Well, you know, it's not obviously. So the Game Crafters developer, they only made Mad Dog. Clearly, they were inspired by the likes of Sierra and LucasArts adventure games, and they took some curious lessons from all of those. They're like, all right, why don't we keep the horrible, precise movements on stairs and the really bizarre puzzles, and we'll get rid of things like stability or music that is not PC speaker. All right, so we're gonna rub the lamp. We're gonna roll the dice
PC
on.
speaker is seriously the only option?
I kind of got MT32 to work once. Oh, by the way, I love this text box. Mad Dog and the Dragon talk with each other for a short time and quickly become good friends. That's just the classic Mad Dog riz there. He immediately makes friends with the dragon. MT32 is actually quite beautiful. The problem is that it tends to hang and it creates this horrible droning sound. So it's kind of a pick your poison situation. What's going on right here is an arcade sequence. If you ever played Joust and thought, could we make this worse? Boy, do I have a game for you. This either takes 30 seconds or 5 minutes, which is why we do have a padded estimate here. Sometimes these Dragon Riders queue up nice and orderly for you. I feel like I'm due a good... Let me concentrate here. We are now in like dogfighting mode. Nice. Okay. Sometimes they line up for you real nice. They have not been doing that here on the marathon, which I can't say I'm too surprised. We have one more dragon to dispatch here. The real difficulty comes... Yes, all right. First try. The real difficulty from that section comes from the fact that you, Mad Dog, need to live. You need to live to defeat the bad guys. The Dragon Riders have no such concern. They will happily smash their own dragon into you if it means dispatching yonder Mad Dog. Oh, good, they left the door open.
It would be nice to have another clone there.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are out of clone dogs, at least intentional ones. All other clone dogs are bad dogs at this point, I fear. So we are now entering
Mad Dog Williams.
We are now entering the one of two required combat. So far, we've just been avoiding them. Mad Dog is an expert swordsman, and he knows the best way to fight anyone is to actually get parallel to them and swing in their general vicinity, but not at them. Let's go ahead and search him. We need to kill him for a key. So jumping is critical for speed. I deliberately did not jump there because we are now almost in the dungeons of Duridian, where any kind of jump into a wall is going to be harrowing. For example, we do have a clip here. Good jump, good clip. Excuse me. There we go. Let's just get a little Mario 1 with it. So here we have a nice out of bounds because I didn't grab a critical item earlier. And even if I did, it takes a whole... There we go. We found the trigger. It takes a while to actually traverse the game as intended. So that clip there is very helpful. We'll clip back again. So that's a good clip. Bad clips are when I get a little too fast with it and I clip into the wall and Mad Dog gets stuck. I have clipped him into walls. I have clipped him into stairs. I have clipped him into water where I intended to fall in the water, but I didn't. I just walked on water, which is actually bad. So all different exciting ways to squash the run at this point, and we did not do that clip properly. We seem to have gone back in the intended direction. Here we go. Also, don't jump here. You will also get stuck. Don't want to get stuck in the door. We did get a scepter, which you can misspell here. I appreciate that. We are now entering the titular dungeons of Duridian. Music is appropriately dramatic. And it's gone again. Mad Dog can actually also handle great drops. Sometimes that one stair was the absolute highest we could go. If we had gone any higher, he would have died immediately. Pretty classic. We are now on the exciting rock puzzle, where we pick up rocks. That is the puzzle. We get rocks. I believe the developer intention with some of these monsters was that they would get in your way. However, you can just do diagonal movement, and then you're typically going to be able to juke them accordingly. One more rock.
You can just leave.
Yeah. If it sucks, hit the bricks. Let's go ahead and put Pale Chain.
Just get out of there.
I do love text parser speedrunning because it means finding the most like incomprehensible but shortest typing solutions to puzzles. Just put Pale Chain. So again, another thing where meta is critical. A lot of these chests have things that will immediately hurt you, or just straight up useless items. But we do know which boxes have the good stuff and which do not. Don't drink that water; it'll kill you. How do I know that? Save's coming. Another one of these guys. Do a little ziggy zag. And then we have the world's slowest spike ceiling. It even slows Mad Dog down, which is really impressive. So that tonic we grabbed from the box earlier, it's a Shrinky Potion. That was lucky. So we did survive. Shrinky Mad Dog also moves really slowly, unfortunately. He should get better here. There we go. Momentarily. All right, we are now entering precise movement mode. I'm gonna give this one YOLO, and then if I die, we'll do it safe. Uh-oh. There we go. Hang on, my mouse kind of got out of hand. There we go. So too bad. Let's try that a little safer. This game has a funny dynamic where, in DOSBox anyway, where the mouse is useless, but if I put it on the screen, you can actually see it, and it kind of bugs me. But if I put it anywhere on a different application,
how are you supposed to find your way through that?
So the trick, and this game's not even consistent with it, we have to walk on the cracks, but as you can see, sometimes you do that and it doesn't.
How are you supposed to figure that out?
Oh boy. Okay, let's see.
It killed you mid-jump.
I know, it's not even letting me cheat properly. Okay. This is my fault for saving here. What's weird about it? Okay, I think we found a recourse. Why are you gonna kill me mid-jump like that? That is beyond mean.
You step right, you die. You step left, you die. You jump down, you die. You jump up, you die.
So that was funny. We got a. Oh, come on. I'm a little nervous that I've kind of janked this a little bit. Because normally you're supposed to walk on the curves here, and then it like the whole idea is that Mad Dog's weight is too much for the cobblestone here. So he's supposed to walk on the cracks like so, but he's not going for that, which is tragic. I'm a little concerned we're gonna have to pull back to a the end of the dragon fight, which is my last safety save. But let me try.
That would be a shame.
10-20 more seconds of this. It's extremely funny that like
I blame the game, really.
Well, it's interesting because some of these movements are conventionally correct, so it's kind of amusing that the I think I've borked the game. Let me actually try a restart here, and that may help us get back on the that might help get the game back on a less glitched out setting. Saving in this game doesn't really work so good. There are situations that we're approaching, later on where I'll actually take a safety save before a particular screen. Oh, gosh. Okay, unfortunately, I think I do need to pull up to the my next safety here, which is a little bit further ahead, not dramatically. So I do apologize for that. This is sadly not a official run. All we really missed was a weird octopus, which I'm sad we couldn't see, and we did pick up some chainmail armor. Fun thing about, again, saving and loading in this game is the game doesn't actually handle Mad Dog's own palette swap very well. So he's actually supposed to be wearing some chainmail armor now, but the game is pulling from the previous iteration of Mad Dog, which is his classic pink tank top and sweatpants. And so they reconcile this is weird. There, you saw it briefly for the animation. In the meantime, he just changes his tank top to a nice cool black.
Chat running out. Put gem thing.
I love put gem thing. I think it's my favorite text bars in this game. All right, one more save, and we're gonna do it before the room deliberately because we are entering our final combat here. Oh no, a dragon!
Okay, we're not gonna fight the dragon. We're gonna fight our arch enemy.
Yeah. So here we are. This is actually a dance contest. So the dragon, when it closes its eyes, it's actually fine. It's just embarrassed. The dragon is too hard to fight without getting a bunch of healing items, which I didn't want to grab. So we're just gonna confuse the game and just hit air until the dragon. We'll say he gives up. I really feel bad for this poor dragon. Look at this. He's like chained to the wall. His only treasure is this breastplate, which of course we do need. But like no pile of gold, no anything. I'm also deliberately not jumping or saving in here because, again, this game is a little bit unstable, and I have found in my experience that when I jump and do anything quick in that room, that is when we crash. And I feel like I've already used up my requisite crash on this run already. So we are approaching endgame here. I guess I should probably just let the PC speaker do its glorious thing here. The guy in black is the evil wizard Sarek, one of those. He's torturing good King Taylor. He tried to blast us with a magic missile, but fortunately we did get the magic breastplate from the dragon, so we got to live. We do need to free man. Free man. There we go. And then we'll chase after Sarek.
Free man.
Yeah. Now, for anyone who's ever played Final Fantasy VII and remembers the classic stairwell from that game, kind of a similar dynamic here. And so I'm just going to try and clip out of bounds and skip a large pesky session because otherwise we're going up that spiral like literally like 3 times, which is kind of funny. It's not terribly fast, so we trade off a pretty precise out of bounds here. So I'll shut up and see if I can get it here.
But I sure bet Barrett wishes he could do this.
I know, right? This is dedicated to Barrett. And also me. Like, these stairs aren't actually super deadly, except for one joke and death at the end. But here we are approaching end game, and we just break the glass of this magic mirror and trap the wizard in the Negaverse. Go with it. So we have completed the game. King Thaler here is very happy with us, and he's going to bring us back to his kingdom, Sidra, and knight us. I know I'm going a little bit overestimate, but if you can tolerate me for 30 more seconds, I think the ending scene of this game is worth viewing. So I'm going to skip through all of this. PC Speaker Wizard and Princess Lord Dump are here to oversee our knighting. Mad Dog's having a grand old time, and he's gonna have a little moonlit date with the princess. It's going great. The beautiful water, the less beautiful moon, and then oh no, what's that?
Aliens.
The princess just kind of looks up there like, well, Guess that's it for him.
There's
Somber
another one.
music. The somber PC speaker music. And here we have the teaser for Mad Dog 2. Aboard the spaceship, the
when
two
are they
aliens have
gonna release
abducted
that
Mad
one?
Dog, their newly acquired human. So I'm sure he will please the crowd. So I think the implication is that they were going to take him to some kind of alien gladiatorial arena. Gonna fly off on their hamburger ship here. Get a little... What will happen to Mad Dog next? Will he be able to sort out all of this in their next action-packed adventure? The adventure of Mad Dog Williams in Escape from Cylindria. Good news and bad news about that sequel. The good news, the developers are working on it. The bad news is the last time they said they were working on it was 2004. But hopefully it's still cooking and we'll get to bring Mad Dog 2 back to BBG here. Thank you for your patience with the tragedy of the falling floors. Although honestly, that's kind of a expected result of Mad Dog. So I can't say you guys didn't all get an authentic experience. David, thank you for coming here to share in the love of Mad Dog. But that's basically all I got. Hope the rest of the marathon goes well, and best of luck or otherwise to all the other runners.
Thanks for having me. This game's amazing.
Oh, it's the best. I hate that I put it in it. I hate that we implied it's a bad game.